You know, what you can't do is, and I don't want to misquote this, but you can't let your circumstances control your thoughts. You have to make your thoughts, improve your circumstances. And everybody wants something, but we have to make small tweaks and changes to get something. And that's the hard part is getting guys to do that through a dispiriting loss. But I'm not going to be that way, and it's my job to try to be contagious in not being that way.
Celtics lose at the buzzer, 95-94, your final to the Philadelphia 76ers. This is the Garden Report on Celtics blog at CLNS Radio. Welcome to the Garden Report. The Celtics have lost again on their home floor. It's 18 of their last 21 they've fallen in January. This is the Garden Report, Celtics blog at CLNS Radio. This is John Lemons from CLNS Radio. I'm Evan Clinchy from Celtics blog, and this is kind of getting old. They're just going to lose and then lose and then lose some more.
It's another one. Losing in different ways, though.
Yeah, they're getting creative about it.
Yeah.
This was a fun one. They got down early. They fought back. They made it a close game, really competitive in the fourth quarter. They had the lead with 30 seconds left.
Yeah.
And then they missed a shot. Evan Turner got a look on the other end and sunk it. I mean, what do you make of this ending?
Well, the last two possessions actually went pretty well, I thought. From an execution standpoint, that was a beautiful play that the Celtics ran. They got Chris Humphries wide open for 15-footer, which he's actually pretty good at shooting, and it found the back of the rim and bounced out. And then I think a lot of people were thinking that the Sixers would take a timeout there, right? I mean, with 5 seconds left or something like that. They didn't, and that shows, well, I guess, a lot of faith in their players, and they rewarded them because Turner made a nice play, and I thought Sullinger stepped out nicely. He met him there, but ball went in. It was a nice play. It's the 6 or 7 possessions before that were just horrendous, and they're really horrendous from both sides. I mean, there was 5 missed free throws in a row from both teams, and it was just missed shot. I mean, they were both trying to give the game away. So while the Celtics didn't look terrible in those last 2 possessions, they didn't deserve to win it either.
Yeah, I'll give you that. So we've been watching the Sixers all season, and we've been watching Michael Carter-Williams, we've been watching Evan Turner, and these guys are talented young players. The Sixers have some promise for sure. Just what did you think of the way those guys played for the Sixers tonight, and just what did you see from them? Did they surprise you at all, maybe?
The Sixers cracked me up because it feels like outside of what Spencer Hawes and I guess Lavoie Allen, it feels like everybody's the same. It feels like everyone's 6'6" to 6'8" and 230 pounds-ish. Like, they're all Thaddeus Young, right? I mean, they're all the same build. They're really young. They're really young. I think besides Jason Richardson, who's been there for 10 years, there's one other guy, I guess, that's been kicking around for 6 or 7 years. Everyone else is 3rd year, 2nd year, first. It's a really young team. But they don't have any great talent. I like Michael Carter-Williams. He's long. Boy, is he long, right?
He's a 6'6" point guard. You don't see many of those around the league.
Yeah, and his arm. Yeah, he'll be good. And he's aggressive. I like him. Evan Turner's sort of a head case, but he's a very solid player.
Yeah.
I don't dislike where they are, but they're really young. They're really young.
Yeah, I mean, you say they're young, but in a rebuilding season like this, you kind of want to be young, right?
Yeah.
And you compare them to the Celtics. It's an interesting contrast in terms of how you rebuild a team. Because the Celtics are we kind of want to be young and rebuilding and retooling, but we also have these big bloated contracts. $12 million for Chris Humphries, Joe Wallace, etc. You kind of like that the Sixers are going all out and just committing to the rebuilding effort because maybe a few years from now it's going to pay off. Whereas the Celtics have a lot of money tied up in all these guys, and it's where are we going long term? Yeah,
I wonder if that's what their team's going to look like in a few years when those contracts get rid of, and all of those draft picks that they took those guys on for come onto the team.
All right, but one young guy for the Celtics who has been promising, Jared Sullinger. Tonight he had 24 and 17. Not a bad night at the office for him. Yeah. Not the most efficient night. He shot 9 of 25.
Yeah, and Brad Stevens talked about that or mentioned that early on, and actually so did Sullinger. But a lot of those were in and out. I mean, he didn't take a lot of shots that I didn't think he ought to be taking. And they weren't real off. The ball didn't fall in. But look, he still got 24 points out of it and 17 boards with a bad finger, right? So not a bad game for Sully.
Yeah, he's been hampered by a lot of injuries. So a lot of guys on the Celtic team. I think they're looking forward to a day off tomorrow, practice Friday, practice Saturday, get 3 days off before game Sunday. they need to kind of rest, recuperate, get their rhythm back. They've lost 18 out of 21. It's not a great place to be for the Celtics right now, but this is kind of the season we're in for. Both Boston and Philadelphia have been in for a long year, and they've done it all along, so this was kind of the game we expected.
In a second on a back-to-back, and Rondo's out.
Yeah.
Bradley, who Steven said is very close to coming back. There's no reason he won't be playing on Sunday, is what Steven seemed to be saying at the press conference.
Right.
With those two back, it's going to look different. It's going to look better, obviously. It's a tough. Following a big blowout, that's a tough loss that they just got tonight. It's a tough loss.
Yeah. Tough loss for the Celtics. It's been a lot of tough losses lately. They fall 95-94 on an Evan Turner buzzer beater. We'll be back to the second video in a moment. We'll talk about kind of the future outlook for the Celtics and the Sixers and kind of look to, what we can see for the next year, next 5 years, what's to come.
We got a good look. We got a good look at it. Just didn't fall. And their possession, I thought we played some good defense. He made a tough shot, so it happens. I think we got a good set of guys in here that keeps our morale at a good level. We constantly come out and compete, other than last night. Times that we bounced back tonight and competed. Just gotta win something.